TV, and today we have the G87, and finally we're going to be putting our brand new TRE kit on this car. This has been coming for months now, it's been in development for so long, and I have been nipping at the heels trying to get this thing sorted as quick as we possibly can, but the main thing is that it is the perfect kit and we have done so much development time to get this right. So I'm going to give you a quick walk around of the car as it stands now, give you a bit of walk and talk of what we're planning to do, and then we're going to jump straight into the build process. So let's do it. So as we're at the front of the car, I'll start with the front. So first and foremost, we've got our front splitter, which is a really nice aggressive design. You may or may not have already seen, we had a prototype splitter on the car for a while, and give you a bit of an overview of what this looks like in the development process. Initially, we were looking for something with a big winglet design that sort of come around here, quite a flat GTS style on the front of the splitter. We've since evolved that, and it's now closer in design to maybe like a M performance style splitter that you would have got on the F87. It sort of brings some of that design language, but potentially a little bit more aggressive than that. Now the side skirts, I was really keen for these to not just be a winglet design, and I was really keen to move away from that sort of very vertical design that the M Performance range has at the moment, and I didn't really want something that was just kind of just flat. This car is quite an aggressive car, and I think that the kit needs to resemble that as well. Don't know if I've got any renders on my iPad here today, I don't, so we'll overlay some now so you can sort of see how that process happened. But essentially we had initially wanted to carry some canards on the front winglets. We decided against that, but we continued to use them on the side. So on this side skirt here, you're going to see flat side skirt that carries into a winglet, and then in there we've designed and integrated some canards into that winglet, which I think is the first time this has ever been done before, and we're really excited to see that come to life on the car. Following around the car, we've got the rear winglets. Now they are almost an exact replica of the winglet that's there, but it carries on down here and follows into this rear section of the car. The most important part about this is that this winglet is completely compatible with any stock M Performance diffuser, the diffuser that's on the car already. So if you want a carbon diffuser, or if you don't, you can still use these winglets. If you want to go for the M Performance diffuser, you can, and they're also going to be compatible with a number of aftermarket diffusers. Speaking of the diffuser, today we're going to be installing the TRE Performance style diffuser. That is essentially similar in design to this. The things are a little bit more aggressive, but it's a very similar design, and that's because this system, the exhaust system and all the kit and everything together, looks quite nice, and I think it's going to keep it clean. We will potentially be developing a more aggressive design in the future, and to be honest with you, because of the way the winglets were designed, any diffuser style that you go for that just replaces this is going to fit those winglets as well. So yeah, we're excited to get that onto the car and complete sort of the carbon fibre rear end. Whilst we're here, we could also talk about the Ideal One rear spoiler that's on here. I believe that this is the best spoiler on the market at the moment. It's taken in so many different design considerations, and it just ultimately fits the profile of this car so nicely. So it's a really nice cohesive spoiler, but for some people that's not enough, and that's why we developed the TR87 wing. This wing has been probably one of the most frustrating but eye-opening design processes ever. I had a clear vision for what we wanted on the wing, and that was essentially like a TTRS style, low profile, very sleek design. And I think that actually looked quite nice as it was, but obviously we needed to adapt it to fit the car. Now you can also see we had a couple of different designs, some with some longer legs, some with some shorter legs, which I can show you in a moment. We had an idea of what we wanted to look like from the side as well. You can sort of see that, and that will carry through to the final product, and then you can sort of see our first digitization of that. So that was part of the process. You can see the two different winglets there. One of the things that we actually spent a lot of time designing was the wing legs, which seem so small in comparison to the actual overall design, but it's these really key details that mean a lot. So initially we had a very simple design process, like it was a very simple design, and we were just sort of deciding on heights, but I wanted to keep it to this height. But we sort of felt that that design of the wing legs didn't really fit the rest of the car. It's not very cohesive, so we went back to the drawing board and sort of tried to make it feel a little bit more organic, and we ended up at this design. Now, one of the things that we realised when going through the testing process was that whilst this is a nice, sleek, small design, it's actually not that secure. It needed to have a bit more substance to it to make sure that it felt safe on the car and was going to sort of stand the test of time. So our ultimate final design ended up being this wing leg. So it's much bigger in profile, and rather than having a flat design on the bottom, we've actually gone for a chamfered design which actually follows the curvature of the boot. It's going to be quite a simple install process which we can go into later in the video, but ultimately this is where we've ended up, and we're really excited to see the rear wing on the car. But yeah, that's the design process. Now let's go and get this on the car. So I have the entire kit here in front of me, which we're going to go into a bit more detail in a second, but some general overall facts about this. This is full pre-preg carbon. This is exactly the same as OEM manufacturer stuff. So it's super high quality. It's going to last the lifetime of the car. It's very strong, very lightweight. And one of the investments we made into this kit from the offset was aluminium CNC molds. Now, they are the most expensive way of doing these molds, but they make sure that every single product that we build is going to be consistent across the board, and every single time, every single customer is going to get the exact same experience. Sometimes companies can cut corners, they can make fiberglass molds, plastic molds, things like that, which means that over time the product will start to deteriorate. We made sure that that's not going to be the case, and TRE invested in some aluminium molds. A little bit of a side fact there, a little bit of a technical thing, but it's worth noting. So without further ado, let's talk a little bit more about these products. Right, so I've walked you around the car, we spoke a little bit about the parts, now it's time to show you them. So here we have the front splitter. Now the front splitter is a 3-piece design. The main purpose of that was to make it more economical for our customers around the world to ship the parts, but also gives us some flexibility down the line with design, because for example, we've already had a couple of customers that say, I'm not really sure on the winglet design. We could potentially come up with a version that has no winglet. So watch this space for that, and let us know in the comments if that's something that you'd like to see. A little bit about this actual splitter. Here you can see this dip in the splitter here. The main reason we did that was to accentuate where the splitter rises here, because this section of the splitter actually directs air straight into the brake ducts, which is obviously going to aid cooling on the road. How does the splitter fit? We've got all the OEM mounting points here. So it's a really straightforward splitter to line up and get the fitment right the first time. Now for our customers that are planning to do some super high speed runs, the splitter also is going to come with some additional screw points here, which we recommend you remove the bumper and nut and bolt on, or you can use self-tapping bolts. In terms of how the splitter attaches together, you've got holes on each side here. We're going to nut and bolt those together to make sure that they're super duper secure. And then along the edge here, you'll see some 3M tape. This 3M tape is obviously used to help during the installation process. We also recommend dabbing some bonding glue along these sections here, just to make sure that that splitter is going to stay nice and secure at super high speeds. Right, so I've got side skirts in front of me here. As you can see, they are a long 1-piece design. The main purpose of this design was to make sure that it's cohesive the whole way along. It feels like one big sort of nice, sort of slender design, but also incorporates the winglets that have become popular over the coming years thanks to the F87 M2, so it's a bit of a nod to that car as well. You can see here we've got all OEM mounting points, which means these side skirts are super easy to install, and they also come with some 3M tape that's going to be pre-applied when you get them. Now the side skirts, to be fair, you don't really need to add any bonding glue along there, but for those of you that want to be safe, it's always worth doing so as well. Now let's talk about the winglets. As we discussed earlier, these are an integrated canard design. Interestingly, this was something that we'd already come up with, but the M Performance range has come up with a similar sort of process now on their kit. This is a very, very intricate and difficult to manufacture piece of the kit. You know, early in the production process, for every 2 side skirts we were making, we had to throw one away because this was so difficult to get right. But finally we're there, we're really happy with how they've finished, and we can't wait to get these on the car. Okay, so here we have the diffuser along with our TRE side spats. So as this is a TRE product, and these are also a TRE product, they've got exactly the same design twill, they're identical in the overall weave and design, so they actually go together very, very nicely. The side spats here, the rear side spats, These are a really straightforward install as well. They're installed with OEM bolts here. We've got a self-tapping screw there and some 3M tape. And then the rear diffuser here, it's all clips. So this is exactly the same as your OEM diffuser. It's going to be a straight replacement. We're going to pop the old one off, put the new one in. So really straightforward process. And I'm looking forward to getting this on the car now. Let's go. So we've got the car up on the ramp. The first thing we're going to be installing is the front splitter. Then we're going to do the side skirts. Then we're going to do the rear diffuser. And then we're going to do the rear wing. So, Kai, if you're ready, let's do it. Finally installed. I think it looks absolutely stunning. One of the things to highlight is the fitment on this is absolutely perfect. If you look all along these lines here, it's as though it's an OEM panel that's just gone on here. And that's just what you get when you spend so much time on design and engineering. Everything along here is completely flush. And it looks as though it should have come on the car from factory. As I referenced earlier in the video, you can see here how this ridge carries on and goes into the duct. This was all very purposeful in its design, and we're sort of super happy with how it looks. So yeah, that's it. Let's carry on. Cool, so we got the car up on the ramp, and now we're going to get the original diffuser off, and we're going to get the replacement one on there, and also the TRE side spats. Ready to install the side skirts. As you can see, the car is still on the ground. We've actually put it on some blocks here just to raise it up a little bit and give us some access, but we've deliberately not put this on a ramp or on a jack or anything like that, because where the actual jacking blocks are, they're going to get in the way of us trying to install this side skirt. So it's much better to do this on the ground, but we do recommend, if you can get the car a little bit higher to ease access, you should do so. Anyway, let's get on with it. Final piece of this project, which is the TR87 rear wing, which is going to look absolutely incredible when it's on the car. So it's going to be quite a straightforward install as far as wings go. First thing we're going to need to do is just get rid of this spoiler. I'm going to be quite sad to see it go, to be honest, because this is my favourite spoiler, as I've said many a time. Get rid of that. We're then going to just remove this backing trim from the boot lid, the boot liner, and you'll have access to the back then. And it's just going to be a case of getting the wing with its legs installed, lined up in the right place. We're going to drill through and yeah, install it. It should be quite straightforward. So yeah, we're going to crack on now. So on this side, this is kind of how you'll want the boot lid. This is purely to protect from any scratches that might happen during the install, just as you're trying to line the wing up, etc. On this side, you won't have this. This is essentially going to be our template. We're going to be building a printout template that will come with your wing, that essentially help you get lined up. So today we're doing the first initial install, and then you'll receive essentially an A1 or a A2 sheet that's going to have all the lines dotted out. So it should be easier for you guys to align this wing and obviously than it is for us, because we're doing it for the first time today and getting everything perfect. We're going to crack on now, get this wing installed. We're going to draw the template up that we need to, and see how we get on. We've found the centre line of the wing, found the centre line of the bonnet, the boot lid, sorry, and we've got those aligned. We're happy and confident that the wing is fully centred, and the wing legs themselves have a natural groove in them, so they'll find a place in the boot themselves. So we've got those aligned, and now we've just measured from this tippity point there, the point of the leg here to there, and that's 22 centimetres, and it's the same on this side as well. So yeah, we're happy that the wing is centred, they're in the same position. So now what Kai's doing is just tracing round the legs so that we can take the wing off and have the exact place on where to put it back when we're ready. In order for us to know where to put these holes, we're going to just fill them with some blue tack, something like that. Yeah. Blue tape with some pen ink on them, and that's essentially just going to mark where the hole is. So when we take it off, it's going to leave 2 holes on where for us to drill through the boot. So we'll do that now. Looks absolutely amazing. It's gone on really nice and easy. We're going to be doing tutorials going through how you fit every single part specifically, but for now it's all good. We're going to go out, get some content so you guys can see what the car looks like finally with everything on. Let's do it. So, what do we think? I think it looks absolutely amazing. So, we've got the front splitter. We spoke about this already. Really adds a nice... The M2 from factory, for some reason, dips in, comes backwards. It looks a little bit flat-faced. This just brings it out, really accentuates the front of the car, and we're super happy with how that looks. As I mentioned before, you've got your brake ducts here, the way this all sort of integrates together. The 3-piece has been really well considered. You can see this line carries on all the way through, so it doesn't look intrusive on the actual overall design of the splitter. It looks like it's part of it. You've got your winglet design that carries on, and then this design philosophy carries on down the whole side of the car. We've kept this side skirt in the same profile as the existing skirt, so that means that when you're getting in and out the car, you're not going to bang your leg on it and drag the skirt up, which was something that we considered with our G42 kit as well. As you come down the car, you've got your winglet, integrated canards. I think they look absolutely amazing and they really suit the car. You can see here the way that winglet follows up, it actually follows this trim here, which was a consideration as well when we was making the kit. That design then carries on through to the rear winglet on the rear bumper. So as you can see, this winglet has the exact same profile as this winglet, which carries on and brings this whole side of the car together, to be honest. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this winglet has been designed to be compatible with a range of diffusers, and on the diffuser front, we've got the performance style diffuser. Now, the original gloss black diffuser doesn't have this winglet here, and these kind of fins are a little bit smaller in size, so that just brings out a bit more definition in the car and really brings it together. And then as we move up from the diffuser, we've got the rear spoiler. We've kept the rear spoiler on for now, just so we can see what the car looks like with just the spoiler, because I know for some customers, they're not going to go for that full wing. What do we think? I think absolutely looks incredible. My favourite kit on the market, without a doubt. I guess it would be, seeing as we designed it, but I think it really suits the car. We also put some 10mm spacers on the HRE wheels. That's really brought them out. I personally think they need to be 5mm. They're a little bit too much for me, and I've had a bit of rubbing as I've been driving, but we do have 295 section rear tyres on here, so if you had the stock tyres with these wheels, you'd probably be all right, because you'd have a bit of a stretch on the tyre. So just something to consider anyway, but yeah, super happy with how the car's sitting. Hopefully you guys are going to really enjoy this kit, but let's go and get that wing on the car. Right, the final product. I could not be happier, to be honest with you. The way this kit has come out looks absolutely amazing. To have been able to take it from render to real life and kind of go on that journey and go on that process with this car has been unbelievable. We learned a lot with the G42, and we've taken a lot of those learnings into this car, and yeah, I think the results speak for itself, to be honest. So a little bit about the wing. As you can see, we've got 2 mounting points here. There's 2 bolts that hold it on. This is an adjustable wing. So we've got 2 settings down here. You've got road and track. I've set mine to road, but essentially the track option is just going to increase the rake, give you some more downforce on track. I've actually printed off one of our TRE stickers here and placed it. This isn't something that we were thinking of offering to customers, and your customer delivery wing will just be a carbon end plate. But if you do like this design and you want it, just drop us a message. We'd be happy to drop that with your order as well, no extra charge. But yeah, generally speaking, I think the wing really suits the back of the car. Yeah, particularly this angle, and from the front as well, when you're actually sat in the car looking back in the rear view mirror to just see those end plates, it looks really, really cool. And the way, one of the designs that we've really considered, if you look at it from this angle, is the actual rake of the end plate is exactly the same as the car. The way it follows the car's arches, so it feels very cohesive with the actual design of the car as well. It makes it feel like it was made for it, which of course it was. So yeah, super happy with that. Throw down your comments below. Do you prefer the wing? Do you prefer the rear spoiler? We want to hear what you think. And if you do want to order this kit for your G87 M2, it is on our store. It is available to order. Currently, we're looking at about 3 weeks lead time from the point of this video. But if you're watching this video in the end of August, start of September, we've got stock now, so you will be able to order them. They will be delivered. Also, dealers around the world have these available as well, so if you're based in the States, if you're based in Europe, wherever you might be, we've got dealers all over the world that will be able to help and assist with installing your products, and we can also ship directly to you. Hopefully you enjoyed that, guys, and if you have any thoughts, do drop them in the comments below. See you in the next video, guys.